So booming out, let's open this one up. Let's change this to the booms. There we go. Now let's lift it up. There we go. Hold it out. And it's just going to auto do it. And it tells you that that button is activated, the orange. Just keep holding it and it will just do its thing. Now the L3 boom is a tri-fold, not a four-fold. I think the L2 is folded 4 times, I believe. So there. Now you can push it down, activates it, and that's about as low as it's going to go. Because as soon as you turn your product switch on and your auto boom on, it's going to go shooting right up to the top. Why is it going to shoot right up to the top? Because that is what it does. And then once you hit your product switch, it will drop it back down again. You already know that. I've already said that. I've already pointed that out. Now you can adjust that height. It's just like a return to cut on a combine header. When you hit your headland, like whatever button that might be on your combine, boom, it picks up your header to a predetermined height, say 30%. This is the exact same thing. You hit your return to cut, drops your header back down, starts your recording. This is the exact same thing. It is handy, I'm not gonna lie. You do get used to it. It is kind of nice. I would even maybe say it's a pro, but at the same time I'd also say it's a con, just due to the application. When it starts spraying, when it's top, it drops pretty fast, but there is some spray going away. So it is a pro and it is a con. There you have it. Now, once you've done this, go back into this page. You need to get your auto boom on. So let's get back out of here. Let's find our 27 pages here. Okay, let's hit the A. Boom. Sectional control. Oh yeah, but we don't have our task operated. So let's go back in over here, hit to our task, hit the record button. There we go. Now let's go back into here, hit OK, hit the A. There, you need 2 A's up here. You need the A for the sectional, or for the sectional control, and then you need the A down here for your auto boom. So now we're operational. It only took us about 5 pages to get it done, but we're done. So as soon as I hit my product switch, this is your pump. Hear it? It's the loudest thing on this sprayer is that pump. It's ridiculously loud. We're going to stay in 2-wheel. You can go 4-wheel if you want to. I prefer 2-wheel. When you're in 4-wheel, this thing will turn on a dime and leave you about 11 cents change. So it's pretty good when you get into a corner, but I definitely don't like it. I prefer 2-wheel. But that's just me. All right. Then you can have your rate. You can have adjust rate. So if you want to up your rate, 110%, 120%. We do have air inducted nozzles on this thing, so it will be using a high pressure. It always stops your valve. Remember, your valve shuts off at 1,200 gallons. These are your sections. You do have individual nozzle control as well. So yeah. All right. Walk you through this a little bit. So to turn off your camera, turn on your camera is up there. Oh, sorry. See how quiet it got? You think I just shut the sprayer off? Seriously, that's how you think I just shut the sprayer off and turned that pump off. Okay. Eco mode is like TMS on a Fendt. It just gives you the RPMs as it needs it. If you don't have it on eco mode, you can have presets. 750, 1300, or you can up it whatever you want to do. Those are your options. You can. This is 116 inches, is as wide as it will go. This is your application rate, where you can adjust stuff, pressure, whatever you want to do. You can just like a quick glance, and then turn your lights on. So this monitor just does the sprayer, the machine, the tractor machine itself. This does all the application and everything else. This is for headland control, and this is your cruise control. You can set your cruise. You got it? Def tank, fuel, which is far too small. How much is in your sprayer, I believe. How much is in your fresh water, I believe. You guys got all that? Good, because I don't. let's get this going. So I need to change this thing to 7.5 gallons, and I cannot do that. It just says 75 gallons. There's no point. So this is how you got to do it. You got to get in here, and then you want 7. Oh, sorry. I got to hit 7. So it looks like it's just 7. So there is no points. Uh-oh. Yeah. Then go back to working. I see! I see. Okay. Okay. Though when you're spraying, it's really quiet and you have great visibility. Oh. It is a little rough though, because we're sitting so far in front of this front axle, and it's a narrow wheelbase in all directions. What we've done is we're 7.7 because we upped it by 10%, so that's better than spraying at 7, so it goes in 10% increments if you're wondering about that. It does not have turn compensation. They say it does, but I don't think it does, because that boom just keeps giving her, and this one does about the same as well. Like, if it does, it's not very good. But that's just my opinion. Can't see really anything, sorry about that. But that's still spraying hard, so you get those teardrops there. So that tells me it does not have turn compensation. I find that to be very handy. Oh, we got a rock pile. Oh, maybe I can go around it. No, I can't. Alright, so I've already went around the rock pile. I'm not spraying. I just want to show you guys the speed of this. So I'm going to lift up the boom right now. 3, 2, 1. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi. You've probably already hit something by this time. Okay? If you needed to get up, like if you're actually in spray mode and then to push it down, just push it down. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. It's about the same. So it's really slow. Really slow. That's the downside. Hold on here. Zoom you out of here. Now, the upside is when you're in auto mode, it's actually really fast. Like, comparable to the Raven XTR system. And it is the XTR, right? That's the new system. Anyway, it's just as fast. It might even have an edge on that system yet. It might even be faster. It could be. It's hard to say because you can't get this sprayer over 15 miles an hour. Because it goes woo, 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 because we're running WAS. You know, where the Apache, we had the XTR system, you know, we're up into that 17, 18 miles an hour and sometimes, and that auto boom is doing pretty good. But I still think this could have an edge on it. I'm just being honest. But in auto, it's like really fast. You never touch these booms. But when you want to put this boom down up against the neighbor's crop, hopefully it's down and not up. We like to drag about that high off the ground. Just about drag that boom. You have to. That boom has to be tough enough. First of all, I don't think that boom is tough enough. I'm just going to be honest with you right now. You're just going to go breaky, breaky, breaky. It's just that thin, a little bit of aluminum or whatever it is. It's not steel to be going into the dirt. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got to go into the dirt. You want me to do it one more time? No, I'm not going to. Anyway, so when you're in manual mode, it's like up, 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 up. Oh crap! Down, 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 down. Oh crap, 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 crap! I gotta go up, 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 up. That's how it is. So they need to go like woo, 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 woo. See the difference? This is what you need to do. Woo, 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 woo. Not like. You got it? Okay, we got it. We got it. You hear that pump? Kind of random, I know. Instant quiet. The guys just showed up here because it's getting windy, and but I think I might keep going. Go to set a line now. You got to bring your map over. Hit these little red lines. Hit add a line. Yeah, you could name that. And then go down here to the arrow. Oh shoot, yeah, it's gonna make me hit an A. If I hit an A, hit a B, that's fine, whatever. And then hit this, then go down to here. There it is. Now you can type in you want a 180. Or I do, I want a 180. Bam. Now we have a line. Bring that back and we should be good to go. So let's wind this puppy up. We're up to 15. It takes a little bit, but it will finally go into its wander here in a little bit time. See how fast we can get this thing going. Holy cow. We're doing 18. This thing always goes. Uh-oh, we're wandering. We're wandering. We're wandering. Whoa. It's just gonna get itself worse. Whoa. Whoa. And it tells you that we're off 14 inches. It's going from 1 to about, it went up to 15 inches. So that's not that good. Now that doesn't have anything to do with the sprayer. That has something to do with our guidance. We're running WAS, and you just can't run WAS down here. You just can't do it. But when we're in here running it, it's actually very comfortable. It's very quiet. It's probably even quieter than the case sprayer, in my opinion. It feels nice. You got pretty good visibility. Really good up front, and it's a comfortable sprayer to run. It's very light and it's very nimble. So it's definitely underpowered. Like, we're full out with only 200 gallons, 250 gallons, and we can barely keep 10 mile an hour. 250 gallons, full out, 10 mile an hour. Yikes. Nothing like spraying in a drizzle and wind all at the same time. Challenging year comes challenging times. You gotta push the limit. But we might actually get shut down here. This thing always goes like this. In fact, it'll twist sideways like this. You hit something really rough. See? Alright. So, we're going to shut down. It's just drizzling too much here. So yeah, we'll just shut the pump off. Hear that? Sounds like I just shut the sprayer off again. Couldn't quite get her emptied. Oh yeah, you can do a coverage map there as well. Let's go out and take a look at these booms. Oh, we probably should have shut down sooner. Oh well. So anyway, this is the boom. This is the new L3. Totally new gen. And it's a, yeah, I already told you, it's 3-fold instead of 4-fold, but it's also not as big as the other one too either. I think you can only get this as a 120. They extended the aluminum out. The trip is totally different. This is a gigantic trip. I think on the other ones the trip was like here, just this little trip. And then we kept snapping it back all the time. So that's pretty good. And it will go back. Come on. So that's pretty decent. Still a little bit concerning. It's on the pull types. I could snap that other trip back there by yanking on this one. I can't do that. I don't think so. No, I can't. So that's good. It's still not super tough. Like when you want to drag this thing into the ground, this is going to be the first thing that's going to go, followed by your nozzles. You know what I mean? You're like, holy crap, Mike, stop kicking it. No, if it can't handle a little kick, it's never going to handle a fence post or a tree or the ground. So that's still a little bit of a concern. The boom is still 10 times better than the last one. It's not built super heavy. They don't have a wheel, they just have a hockey stick that touches the ground. Worst case scenario. It has sensor, sensor, sensor. So it's got 6, 3 per side. Only one hydraulic cylinder, which is why when you manually lift up on the left side, it still wants to push the right down a little bit. Maybe it's not pushing it, but the right still drops maybe about a foot. So yeah, there you go. This is as wide as these wheels will come out. They will go inside that fender. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a high clearance, more of a mid clearance, but it would work unless you had some pretty tall canola. So this is a totally different suspension system. It's like the what is that? The Agra something whatever. It follows a similar design. So that way, this one can pivot like this. Does that make sense? I can't think of the technical name for it right now. I haven't really slept, remember? We just sprayed all night. So stop judging me. That's it, you guys. Alright, so let's do some pros and cons. Now, I have put about 6 or 8 tanks out with it. That's not typically like what I like to do. As you guys know, I want to put like 200 hours on it, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury. So, con number 1, it's super small. I don't like how narrow it is. I would prefer a lot wider base. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you guys. And you can only get it in a 1,200 gallon tank, where most SPs now are coming out with 1,600 gallon tanks. So it is small. Con number 2, it's super slow, 25 mile an hour top speed, loaded or empty, and it won't even allow you to cruise down the hill and gain an extra mile an hour. What the heck is with that? Con number 3, it's super underpowered. It's packing the 6 liter Deutz. I don't know how much power it has, like 220, 215, I don't know. Not near enough. The engine is not lugging. I can still run 2,000 RPM on that engine and still climb the hill at about 6 miles an hour. So maybe they should think about their pumps they have on this thing. Con number 4, the cab. I find that cab to be quite dated. Like I said, I feel like I'm stepping back into the Stone Age with it. Gigantic toggle switch. There's nothing fancy about that cab at all. It does have heated and cooled seat. That's about the only good thing it's got going for it. Con number 5, the booms lift terribly slow in manual, like this fast. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not there yet. Still going. Still going. Okay, now we're there. Oh, right, we already went over the rock pile about a half mile ago. Okay, let's get back down. Yeah, you guys get the idea. What are we, was that 5? 5 cons? I don't even remember anymore. Con number 6, we'll say it is. Because this ladder is not friendly at all. It's very slippery when wet right now. I've already fell out of it 1 time. Con number 7. These aren't going to last very long. I don't believe they will last that long. You open those things up about 1,000 times a year. Seems to me, oh yeah, I gotta use my, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about that. You can drop that thing down. I don't know if this drops down, it hits the tire when it's out. What, how many cons are we at now? 7? Oh yeah, using that side panel, these panels. It's really nice, but I don't think they're that durable. Con number 8, I do not like electric ball valve shutting off at 1200. And I definitely don't like that it's plumb 2-inch. Con number 9, that diaphragm big pump, that product pump, it is loud. And I do not know the maintenance that goes into it. It just looks high maintenance. Maybe it's not. And I don't like how complicated this is. Just give me a valve, easy peasy. Speaking of that, con number 10 is the top con monitor, the ammo pad. Here, let's go up. Ugh. is not user-friendly. I don't find this to be super user-friendly at all when you have to page through 27 different pages to find everything. Yes, you have tons of customizable things you can do, but really, is it practical? And look at the cost that you're spending for it. Alright guys, let's do some pros. Pro number 1 is it's super quiet in here. It's quieter in here than it is case sprayer. Pro number 2 is the visibility out here is better than any sprayer that I've ever run. Pro number 3 is the lighting. The lights out here, you can see a long ways out there, you can see out a long ways. It's just really good LED lighting all the way around. I'm really happy with it. The boom lighting, LED boom lights, you can get that on any sprayer. Like the John Deere already comes standard with it, but you can put aftermarket LED lights. So that's not like, oh man, that's so awesome, the Amazon has it. It's cool that they do, but you can get it on anything. Pro number, was that 3 or 4 now? I don't remember. But anyway, the next pro is the auto boom. It's just as good, if not better, than the new Raven XTR system. It might even be a little bit better. You just don't touch those booms. You just put those booms down and they just do their own thing. If you ever have to hit those booms, you've going through a pretty good washout. Also, the boom design is way better than our trailed ones. Way better. They did a really good job on that. I believe that you can only get that in a 120 though, and but good job Amazon on that. I'm a little bit worried still about the integrity of it. It's built a lot lighter, and that aluminum, you smack something really hard out there, I feel like that's not going to stand up, but that's just my opinion. And yeah, now this sprayer comes in probably around that 600,000, so it's going to be in the same ballpark as a case sprayer or as a row gator sprayer. It's going to be a little bit under a Deere sprayer, obviously, but it's going to be a lot more than the Apache. I don't think I would be able to buy it just due to it's too slow for me, and the booms are too small. And even if they weren't, you can only get a 1,200 gallon tank, and I'm looking for 1,600 gallon tanks. So now, I think you might be able to put these booms on the trailed ones here pretty soon. I'm not sure about that. But also, I'm not a big fan of the AmaPad. I prefer the Raven system. I don't like paging through things. So anyway, it's still an awesome sprayer. It's been a lot of fun to run. It's very comfortable. Thank you, Amazon, for letting me use this thing, put some hours on it. And good job on the boom, by the way. And you got to up the road speed. You definitely got to get that speed up, and you need more power. It's underpowered for what we need in our hills. It would probably start going up the hills and just stop. So you address a few of those issues, and you might start cracking into the market. All right, guys, you have yourself a good one. Now we're trying to get back because we had to rush those pros and cons, because holy crap is it raining on us. I should have shut down like a long time ago. Gosh! Woo! Just a little extra water. It's just a little bit of extra water, that's all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I saw lightning. Oh! Okay. See you guys on the flip side.